So this morning we were working with Jumbe to potentially be able to trim his hooves. To do that, we have multiple training phases we have to go through. One is just getting him to put his foot on a block. Now we're working on the process of desensitizing him to touch while his foot is on the block, because eventually we will have to get our hands on him in order to trim his hooves. And giraffes, just like people have to have their nails trimmed and dogs have to have their toenails clipped, giraffes do have to have their hooves trimmed. It can be scary for animals, just like when you go to the doctor to get something done, it can be scary. We are giving him all the power, whether to work with us, whether he wants to have his hoof on that block to have it trimmed versus not wanting to. Jumbe is 13 years old, and unfortunately he has not had a lot of contact in that context. Where he does go to our giraffe platform and takes food from people, he doesn't really like to be touched at all. You'll notice if people touch him on the nose or anything, he jerks his head back. And we spend the majority of our time with these animals. They associate us with good things like food, but at the end of the day, they are a wild animal. And for Jumbe, we go by what we call his giraffe tails. And a lot of times he'll throw his head about or flap his ears, switch his tail, and that allows him to communicate with us. So we know he's not ready for that, he's uncomfortable, so we step back. So we're quite proud that he's allowing us to at least touch him with a bamboo stick. Eventually we will shorten that to where it's our hand. But it's a big step for him for when he doesn't want to be touched by anyone or anything. And it allows us to get closer to inspect him to make sure that he's healthy. And if he ever needs any kind of medical procedure, that we're able to provide that for him.